A healthy restaurant isn't defined by how busy it looks. It's defined by how consistently it produces profit. Margins are what pay for your labor, your rent, your utilities, all the fees, and your future growth. When your margins are unhealthy, no amount of effort or sales volume can ever fix the business. This training is about understanding how profitable restaurants actually operate, not theory. Not accounting jargon, but real, practical operational discipline that you can use today. Every single restaurant operates within strict financial limits. Think of every dollar you earn. Food cost, your labor, and all your operating expenses are all competing for that same dollar. Healthy, successful restaurants respect these limits. They don't try to negotiate with them. When one cost, let's say labor, starts to drift out of control, something else has to suffer. And usually, that something is your profit. Disease. Exactly why your margins matter so much more than just your top-line sales number. Let's talk about prime cost. This is the combination of your food cost and your labor cost. And it is hands down the most important operational number in any restaurant. If your prime cost is healthy, your business has room to breathe. It can absorb a slow week or an unexpected repair. But if your prime cost is unhealthy, your profit completely disappears, no matter how busy the restaurant is. Here's the key. Prime cost is UNT, something you manage at the end of the month when you get your P&L statement. It's something you manage every single day through disciplined execution on the floor. So many restaurants fall into the trap of believing that just selling more will solve all their problems. But in reality, selling more without having control over your costs often just makes the problem worse. Think about it. If your costs rise at the same pace as your sales, you're just working harder without actually earning more. You're running faster on a hamster wheel. Growth without discipline is one of the fastest paths to failure in this industry. Real, sustainable profit doesn't come from volume. It comes from control. So, where are these precious margins actually lost? It's usually not from your menu prices being too low or your vendors charging too much. More's margin loss comes from small, repeated leaks in your daily operations. It's the waste in the bin that isn't being tracked. It's the portion sizes that slowly creep up over time. It's the little inventory errors that add up. It's the unapproved comps and discounts given out to friends. It's the labor that isn't adjusted when sales are slower than expected. These issues are so easy to ignore in the heat of service, but they are incredibly expensive to tolerate over the long run. Controlling your food cost isn't just about changing prices on your menu. Healthy food cost is achieved through execution on the line, every single shift. It's about strict portion control, using scales for every protein. 2's about conducting accurate, consistent inventory counts so you know what you actually have. It's about tracking every bit of waste and then following up to find out why it happened. When your food cost is high, the answer is almost always found in your process, not your pricing. Remember, what is not measured cannot be controlled. Labor is the fastest cost to spiral out of control, and once it does, it's very hard to claw back. Your labor schedule must be written based on your sales forecast, not on habits or employee preferences. Strong managers don't just write a schedule and hope for the best. They adjust labor in real time, throughout the shift. They see that it's slowing down, and they send someone home early. They control overtime before it even becomes a problem. They understand that every single unnecessary hour on the clock is a direct reduction from the bottom line. Labor discipline is UNT about being cheap or cutting corners. UNT about aligning your biggest expense with your actual revenue. Healthy margins require systems. They don't happen by accident. Those logs, reports, and checklists, they aren't just paperwork. They are your business's protection. Weekly P&L reviews, creating clear action plans, and holding people accountable are the foundational habits of how strong restaurants stay profitable Week after week, pure managers can't look at the numbers and explain exactly what affected profit last week. It means they are not truly in control of the business. It's that simple. There's a huge difference between a supervisor and an operator. A supervisor focuses on just getting through the shift, making sure the food goes out and the restaurant closes on time. An operator focuses on protecting the business. Operators understand that every single decision, from placing an order to cutting a shift, has a financial consequence. They don't wait for problems to show up on a report at the end of the month. They are on the floor, actively preventing them from happening in the first place. This operator mindset is what separates the average restaurants from the truly healthy, profitable ones. Your margins are not a matter of luck. 2. They are the direct result of discipline, consistency, and a deep sense of ownership from you and your leadership team. Healthy restaurants are built intentionally, one smart decision at a time. They aren't just hoped fors, they are actively managed every single day. 2. This is what it truly means to operate a healthy restaurant. Thanks for watching.